So I know we're having a lot of conversations about people losing their jobs to AI and that whole like mass integration into society. I don't want you everyday people to be afraid though, especially with the pace that these wealthy people are talking about implementing this type of technology, because they don't even understand what implications this can have. Yes, most of them are like sociopathic and just don't care for humanity beyond their own selves and their own selfish desires, but they don't understand the immense change that's going to happen. And change on that massive a scale is going to force everybody to start from ground zero, not just the poor people that they hate so much. But getting to the point that I want to discuss here, your resume as you know it is completely done. The way that you've been looking for jobs, you've been looking for employment, waiting for employment, most of us, it's not how it goes anymore. Prediction, which is not new, but almost 50% of the economy in the next 10 years will be freelance or gig workers. Mind you, I could be underestimating the fuck out of that, but I promise you I am not overestimating. Now, why is that important? Because now, as I will make in another video, content creators who've been able to exist in this almost like affiliate marketing space, kind of like building somewhat of a brand community, like this limbo of figuring it out. Yeah, you're going to have to either choose to be this content creator, entrepreneur, freelance person, or you're going to have to go back and get a job. But it's not like you have to choose one or the other and there's that fear of, oh, what if I choose wrong? No. You live your life with a means of understanding what type of person you are. And once you understand what path you want to go on, the more creative entrepreneurial path or the more consistent traditional corporate 9 to 5 path, I'm going to try to give you solutions for whichever one you think is best going to suit your future. The first one being the creative path. Your new resume is going to be your catalog. What niche or what industry are you building a catalog in? And what type of catalog are you building? Is it one of artistic expression? Is it one of philosophical understanding and thought? Is it one of visions and pioneering new intentions for the world or experiments for the world? But it is going to be the catalog that you build, because that will literally be your credibility. Not only the credibility that you are the person you say that you are, but it'll also be credibility in the sense that we can see that you are creatively, literally creating the path that you are on. And then from seeing that from the outside, other people who are non-creatives can figure out how to be in partnership with you, to collaborate with projects, or to again, hire you in a sense or contract you for your creative services. But another reason why I'm going to say the catalog is so important is because you're going to see so many people whose catalogs on the internet are just them following a bunch of trends and never really being able to stake their claim in an industry or in some kind of concept that they truly want to expand and develop in. All those people who are just chasing trends and constantly trying to one up the next thing but don't have a real identity, those people are going to get whisked away, I'm telling you right now. Or competition for that, like one-upping the next person, is going to get so ridiculously expensive and egregious that the only people that are going to be able to compete in that realm are going to be Speed and Kai Cenat. And no hate on them. But remember, are you basing your creativity and your ability to be a creative off of what society is paying and willing to validate? Or are you basing it off of the journey that you are on and the path that you need to take? That's why it's important to develop that relationship, that authentic relationship with ourselves. But again, into the next part. If you don't consider yourself to be a creative artist, then, and you are one of these 9 to 5 people who's afraid of losing your job, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Understand, if you have the ability to learn and to develop new skills in your life, you're always going to be able to find an opportunity. That, I don't want to sound like a philosopher or anything crazy here, but like he or she or they who provides value will somehow be compensated. At best compensated, at worst exploited. But if you can provide value, there is an opportunity for that value to be reciprocated to you to serve yourself. And that's all we're trying to do with this shit anyway. Most people don't even care about being rich or being famous. Most people just want to be able to meet their needs. So why don't we develop that to be the foundation for the everyday person so it can be achievable? Now, to make sure that we're not just letting everybody fall off who isn't able to jump onto the AI race that we're all running on, for the common person, your skill set is your new resume. How effectively can you apply your skill set, and how efficiently can you apply your skill set to a community, to a group, to an initiative to make things happen? And then from successfully accomplishing those goals, how can you be compensated? And that's when we can start getting into conversations like labor unions. We can start getting into conversations like Web3 economies and like these things called DAOs, like DAOs. I'm not sure what exactly the words are, but basically it's like a decentralized organization. So less of that CEO slave master role and more of a collective sharing of the participants of the project, of the organization, of the company. Now, why is this important? Other than the fact that I'm pretty sure unemployment is going to be touching 30% by 2030. That's just me fear-mongering, but it could be right. I did see a report recently say that unemployment was actually not at the 5-6% that it was claimed to be, and it's actually nearing 25% right now. So, again, do your own research on everything, because everything you're being fed is meant to sedate you. And really the reason why I even make a video like this is because I understand there's so many people who are beyond qualified for the positions that they're in, beyond qualified, beyond suitable, beyond ready to perform. But in the reality, the current freaking Black Mirror episode that we're living in, we are going to exploit the racism of average Americans who think that they're being denied opportunity because it's being taken away from them rather than them just not being eligible or good enough. And we are going to block worthy, marginalized people from not only accessing an opportunity to leg themselves up from eternal poverty, but also access into the executive ownership class of society, so they can then not only take that wealth that they're getting from there, but the power and the status and the influence and the credibility that comes from their success to apply that to their community with their own initiatives that probably serve their people more than Uncle Sam cares about anybody who doesn't look like him. Okay? This is for a world that we're walking into, which I'm 100% sure is going to have so many people who never thought they were going to lose their job, never thought that they were going to be out of a relationship, never thought they were going to get cheated on, never thought they were going to get divorced, never thought they were going to get go through this list, all the traumas here. A lot of you are going to be living on the other side of that, and you never thought you were going to. But I'm hoping with these conversations we're having, you can at least take a second to just stop. For all the running that we're constantly doing in this life, just slow the fuck down and stop and truly ask yourself, how can I take even one step, but hopefully the next 5, in a direction that I can truly, really invest myself into, but also truly commit to, because they actually support me and reciprocate the energy that I'm putting out into this world? How can I find circumstances, environments, opportunities to be able to perpetuate that, my own success, my own wellness, my own well-being, in a world that is constantly stripping? And I hate even calling us poors, because we're not poors. We're just being exploited for not wanting to be just ridiculously more rich than everybody else at the mercy of their humanity. But I think that we, the poors, are being stretched thin to just roll over and accept the fact that we're allowing billionaires to loot the fuck out of our society, to literally rip human rights and protections away from everyday Americans, all to create a society that has the best potential to probably like start a nuclear apocalypse. Like, that's literally the best thing that could happen with the path that they're trying to go on. Because all that like curing cancer and saving humanity and ending poverty shit, we can do that without artificial intelligence. They're front loading you with all that bullshit so they can slam slavery in your face and tell you that you can't do anything about it 10 years from now.